Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hi, hello, how are my beauties, my royalty, my lovelies? I'm going to be talking a lot more about disability and, of course, politics, and a lot with my screenshots because I keep saying to look at my Patreon and everything because it's really crazy how throughout my life, especially as a dating adult, people did not believe me with things that I would say on how men treated me, what they would say to me about me, and or they would tell me what their expectations of me were and how I was supposed to change for them as a woman. And yeah, so I'm going to do a lot more dating nightmare and screenshot Patreon types. And you know what? I'm going to say it. Yeah. Follow me on Patreon. I have some material that's free, some is the $2 level and four, but I haven't really touched the $4 level, and there's going to be higher levels than that as well. But I want at least a few levels so that the disability community, because since I'm living disability, I know how it feels to have and live a disability. And I know how physical therapy and medications and all the extra doctor's appointments and health insurance and just one after. And then sometimes if you're either in pain or for some reason, like you need to, if you can't drive, then you have to order a Lyft or Uber. And because, yeah, a lot of areas don't have public transportation, and they don't understand that public transportation would really help benefit those with disabilities so that we could be more independent and do what we need to and want to do. Because a lot of people think, oh, people with disabilities, just do what you want. Or not do what you want, do what you need to do. Don't do what you want, just do what you need to do. Stay in the house. Oh, we don't want to see that. Ugh. Ugh. But yeah. So I'm going to be talking a lot more about disability situations and stories. And this one's a dating nightmare one because I've really noticed something lately. Because I know a lot of people going through divorce right now. And a lot of people put me down because I've never been married. And I've realized I I deserve a gold star. Yes. Yes, I do. And I don't mean literally, but figuratively. Because especially if you've been listening to the episodes, you already know the guy who forced me to be his girlfriend because he threatened that he was going to eliminate himself from the earth if I didn't. And when I broke up with him and he owed me money, oh yeah, he used that against me. Till this day, he owes me. Like a lot of exes owe me. And it's crazy now that it's like later on in my life when I created my dating standards, where now it's like you have to have investments, you have to have some money on you, or I don't want to date you. Some men could say I'm stuck up or snotty or whatever. They don't realize, no. It's like I've learned. I've learned from my mistakes. And I've learned how so many men will lie or they play the part of, oh, yeah, I have this nice car and I have this and I have that. Like, no, 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 no. And because I even, like, right before I met Mr. No Heart, there were a couple guys who they were trying to show off with the materials that they had. And they were annoyed because, and the thing is that it never impressed me. But I know with Mr. Lockakey, he was so stuck on his car. He was so stuck on how he looked and presented himself to the world. And he wanted to make sure everyone saw him as having like something that he never, like maybe his wife, not his, yeah, he got married. So either he got it from his wife now Maybe he's able to keep a job. It hopefully, if he doesn't steal. Whew. But yeah, let's just say I'm so blessed and happy he married his middle school sweetheart. Thank you. I'm so happy. Like, even though you call me the N word and everything, I am so happy for you. I'm happy that you got rid of him from the dating pool. Yeah. Ugh. Because, yeah, he shouldn't have. Because while he tried to steal hearts, he stole money. While he tried to steal emotions, he stole whatever he could find in the wallets, in the purses. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to need to use that. Yeah. But dating men, oh, it's like, and some men lie and say that they're going through a divorce and they're not. And next thing you know, because you match with a guy on a dating app, and weeks or a month later, the so-called ex calls you or texts you or writes you or whatever, and you're just like, oof, okay, okay, great, great. And then when you contact the guy, he tries to make you feel bad for him. It's interesting. But I I grew up in the church. I wanted to get married. And then I didn't. And mm, I don't know, it's like, because I didn't because I lost all hope of finding a good man. Because so many men kept taking advantage and trying to use me. Because they, like, a lot of men kept telling me the type of woman that I was supposed to be. I was supposed to be a nice, good, feminine woman. Nah. And it's like, 'cause I have my feminine side, but I also have the take charge. I'm running a business. I'm doing my thing. I'm living my dreams. So if you don't like what I'm doing, back up. Yeah, I have that side too. But a lot of men, yeah, they try to suffocate that part. Yeah, yeah. Mr. No Heart. I think one reason why he allowed his mother to say some of the vile, awful, racist, bigoted things that she said to me, I think he was trying to just squander or demolish all of my goals and dreams. And you know what? I'm going to talk about his divorce. And I'm going to talk about, well, you know what? No. Well, first, I do have to say, if you're married and you're still married, it sometimes a marriage can still be a failure while you're married. Being married doesn't mean success. I have seen so many toxic marriages, and it's really crazy how, especially some of these red pill men now, they're acting like, oh, these women just filed for divorce. These women just like, no, 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 no. It's like men don't care to sit down and communicate or understand or have empathy, sympathy for the other side. And see, I at least try. I try my hardest to hear from some of these men. And yeah, so most of the time, they're not getting enough attention, or they want her to clean more or do more of the woman duties and a lot of the conservative, chauvinistic patriarchy stuff. Yeah. And some of them was like, that's how I grew up. It's like, okay, And this is one reason why one of the things I'm going to be creating for my website might help some ladies when they go out to date. I'm adding, well, yeah, I'm going to be adding more to it tomorrow, but I think I have around, I think 70 items listed so far, and I have so many more that I need to go. But I know even being married doesn't mean success. With my parents, there were times where I'm just like, for the love of like black baby Jesus, can you just end this marriage? Who. And especially when they were mad, but then they wanted to team up and be mad at me. It's like, I did not. No, don't. You decided to you decided to get married, and you decided to make me. Don't blame your mistakes on. No, not today. Not today, Satan. Nope, nope, and nope. And I don't know, it's just now it's like I'm seeing a lot of the men in the manosphere and even that pearly girl, like, or women like that pearly girl and the woman who decided to go blackface and everything. Some of the, just in my opinion, the absolute disgusting, awful, terrible, no good, like just diminishing. Ooh. Anyway, they want to talk about how, like, well, Pearlie wants to talk about how women shouldn't vote and all of this other nonsense. And but it's like almost everything she does goes against the grain. But then that reminds me, a lot of Republicans, they preach and demand and want to do certain things within Project 2025. But then you look at their personal lives and they're doing this exact thing that they're preaching against. And I wonder why. That's one reason whenever the Republicans have a conference, Tinder malfunctions in that city. Mm-hmm. If you catch if you catch my drift, because how many times have we caught, or has there been suspicion of Republican men? You know, you know. And the thing is, progressive Democrats, liberals, like a lot of us, we have no, like, love is love. Love who you want to love. Like, as long as they're an adult. As long as they're an adult. See, and that's the other thing. They have an issue when it's LGBTQ, but the Republicans, they have no issue trying to lower the age so that they can marry. But then they say it's for fertile reasons. But shut up. Nasty. But okay. While dating and everything like that, I will never forget there was a guy that I went to high school with. And after college, somehow we ended up like not dating. We were not dating whatsoever. But oh yeah, it's like somehow I think he contacted me or we found each other on AOL or something. Yeah, I'm showing the age. I don't even care. And yeah, I have over 600 episodes. You should have been known my age with all the hints by now, but and the screenshots too. But anyway, because I wanted to, like, my parents threatened to throw me out the house if I started a small business, or at least my mom, because now my dad said that he wasn't a part of that. But I'm like, I beg to differ. But you know what? Whatever. All I know is that, yeah, the final verdict was you better not start a business, so, or a YouTube channel, or write your books, or basically almost anything and everything that I would have wanted to do for my life's work. And everything that, I think that's one reason why I'm doing all of it right now. Yeah. Yeah, because now I'm not in the fear of my life. Yeah, if you don't know, go catch up on episodes. But there was this, yeah, the guy. I'm trying to think of a name to, mm, maybe Shane. I don't know why I'm thinking Shane, but I'll call him Shane. It's like, yeah, we went to high school and stuff, but then I don't even know what college he went to. But I, like, after I graduated, somehow we connected or whatever. And it's like, because he was asking me questions about, oh, well, you have these ideas, you should start your own small business and blah, 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 whatever. But then, yeah, that was a flop. Of yeah, but oh yeah, because he told me that maybe we start a website, and he said he will do all the work of creating the website or whatever. And he said since it's my ideas and things like that, once it was created, and since it would be like more of an electronic thing, that we wouldn't have to buy supplies and stuff like. So I was just like, oh, I was like, see, so if we do a business like that, it's like if we don't make any money, it's not a loss or whatever. And but if it is successful, I could save enough to move the crap out. It's like, yeah, that was my one and only goal. And yeah, yeah. But I remember he invited me over to his apartment to explain some of the things, and I was like, oh, and I was like, do you want me to bring some snacks or food? Like what? And he was like, oh, don't worry. It's like, if we need anything, we can go out to eat or whatever. And I'm like, then I can just bring food. Like, why would I come over for you to show me something, but then if you don't, you get hungry while you're showing me, then you go out to eat just to come back? Like, no, no. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna eat ahead of time. So at least, like, cause I don't have time to waste. And if he gets hungry, that's his problem. I'll just tell him to rush or summarize it or whatever. So I remember going to his place or whatever after I ate, and he starts showing me the material. But then, next thing I know, he tells me that he will only team up with me and work on these projects or whatever if I sleep with him. Yeah. And I'm just like, okay, so that's why you invited me over. And he was just like, well, I needed a reason to have you over, blah blah blah. Like, and he's married now. I don't know if he's divorced. I could check on Facebook, but he's such a jerk. And the thing is, like, one day I just kind of wonder, with a lot of these guys now with their wives, will their wives ever know the stuff that their husbands try to do to other women? Some women are never gonna care because they're like, "Oh, it's not me. I'm special. He didn't treat me like that." Because kind of like Mr. Lockakee's wife. She's probably just thinking, "Oh, well, no, he didn't abuse Special Candy with me because I'm special. He didn't steal from his jobs while he was with me because I'm special. It's like he didn't steal from my purse because I'm like." Oh, yeah. Oh, he didn't go to jail or get arrested while with me because I'm special. He didn't threaten to punch holes in the wall because no, it's not. That part's not because you're special. It's like you might have jumped when he like. And also, I when I went against the grain. I was working on my ideas. I was finishing up my master's. I was doing anything and everything that he could not stand because he knew the more that I did, the more I was going to have my freedom. And he knew that I was going to be able to start my goals and dreams and things that he did not want me because, oh, while he was on his special candy, he told me everything. And he even told me what he thought of the middle school sweetheart. Mm, I keep saying that I probably won't say it, but one day I probably will because especially once like kind of like the my current so-called wannabe bully, she her divorce. Yeah, cuz okay. Sometimes with a divorce one person, it's mm, sometimes you don't see the villain within somebody until you file for a divorce, until the breakup and things like that. And who's the bully? That she's not creative, she's not talented, she's kind of boring. She's so many things. And the thing is, I've never even met her. I've never met her, but. Mm, Yeah. And that's one reason I'm doing this series because it's like a lot of the people that I bumped into who are in the middle of a divorce, each one's different. Each one's a different like situation. But then at the same time, when I when I hear about men complaining about divorce online and saying that women are supposed to work at it, women are supposed to, like, once you say I do and everything like that, but at the same time, Republicans keep backing up the age. But then, oddly enough, I keep meeting people that I went to high school with who married their high school sweetheart. There's one or two that are still together. And oh, there's one where they were, oh, they weren't high school sweethearts. I think they liked each other in high school, but the older sister was in the way, what, blah, blah, blah. But then I think after college or whatever, they ended up getting married. And because, yeah, I ended up going to a job interview with one of the guys, or with the husband or whatever, because, yeah, he was the principal or whatever. But then like, in my opinion, he just turned out to be an awful, terrible, no good jerk. Yeah, an able, well, in my opinion, an ableist, but yeah, in my opinion, an ableist. But yeah, it's like, because it was really funny during the interview. He even was like, "Oh, do you know this person?" and mentioned the girl I graduated with. And I was like, "Yeah, I know her. I didn't care for her at all." But then he turned around a picture and showed, like, it was a family photo of her and the children. I'm like, why the crap am I supposed to care? Like, you act like, okay, we went to high school. I went to high school with you too. I don't care about you. I'm trying to get the job. Okay, getting the job does not mean I need to like or care about you. Okay. It's like, what, like, with the position, what would you need me to do? And it's like, you see my qualifications and you say my qualifications are great and impressive, but okay, we should stick to that topic. It's like, I don't want to talk about your wife. I didn't care about your wife at all. And I'm being nice because, yeah, yeah. Mm. Anyway, anyway. Oh, I didn't, yeah, let me go back it up to the other guy. Yeah, I know a lot of people that I went to high school with that are getting divorced, but with Shane, yeah, I don't know. It's like, he was, the way he explained things and the way he was like trying to tell me that if I didn't take advantage of even sleeping with him, that it's like no one else was going to team up with him with this opportunity. No one else was going to, or team up with me or whatever for this opportunity. No one else would be smart enough to be able to take my idea and explore it. And just, it was so just disgusting. But he's married now. But he's married now. There's more to it. And I'll, like, oh, I'll explain more because, I mean, that was just like that night and stuff. Because I remember even, like, well, I'll leave that for a different day. But then I know someone else who I kind of started dating in college, but it's like I tried to letting him know what I was going through at home, but he didn't really believe me. And actually, he tried to blame me, telling me that if I was going through all this stuff, then I should just leave, and that if I end up homeless, then there's homeless shelters. Like, I will never forget that time in my life because he was literally telling me that, it's like, since I'm a woman, I would figure it out. There's a way for me to get through and stuff. Yeah, and since I have a degree, yeah, they'll figure it out for me and stuff. This country caters to women. Like, no, stop. But now he is in the middle of a divorce, and when I heard how long it's been since they did a little something something, I was like, oh dear. And I don't know, it's just, I asked some questions and it sounds like it was communication, but then also, like, one thing that I've noticed with a lot of the people getting a divorce, it was either lack of communication or their their determination for more power. But some people like don't realize you can only get so much power within a relationship before it turns into like corruption or a dictatorship or whatever within the relate. Like, yeah, you don't. Some people are like, I. If I can find this video, because from even a woman, there was this one guy who was explaining it. He was. It's like I can't remember all of it, but the end of it was once a woman gets silent, it's over. If a woman keeps like saying something and repeating herself, she's doing it so to fix it. And a lot of men, they keep like some men call it nagging and all this other stuff when the woman's trying to communicate and she keeps trying to tell him how to fix the relationship. But then the man doesn't want to do it. But since the man doesn't want to do it and he doesn't want to communicate, it's like the woman does not want to sleep with him. The woman does not want to go to bed with him. But then the man gets attitude and stuff because he's like, that's your obligation. That's what you're supposed to do and everything like that. But she's not being heard. So now his needs are not being like fulfilled. So now they're both not being happy and dot dot dot. One reason why a lot of people are getting divorced. And right now there's a trend, which I will talk about in another episode, is politics. Do you know? Because, yeah, there's so many other people that I know who are in the middle of divorce right now. And a lot of people I'm like, dang. Like, okay, high school guys. Okay. Like, what happened? What in the, what, like, what? Really? But, and I know a lot of people blame me for never being married. That's fine. Because with what I'm witnessing and hearing and seeing out in these divorce streets, the things I'm seeing in these divorce streets. Now I'm good. I'm straight. Nope. Nope. And no, like, I think part of it was, well, I'm not going to have enough time to start the politics part. So yeah, just that'll be in another episode. But growing up in the church and then church that told me that I had to be Republican and everything like that. But then while growing up, and I'm going to go into more depth in another episode, but after, like, especially when like, in high school, I was like, this doesn't fit me. I don't like this. And so Monday through Saturday, like, feeling like, okay, I think I'm Democrat, but then going to church, it's a sin. Don't you dare. Don't be like, and no, it's like vote for Republican. That's all you're supposed to vote for and blah, blah, like, but then college and then meeting up more people of different diversities and things like that and opening my eyes to the point where it's like then starting to date and then my parents telling me who I'm supposed to date. But then I realized, no, this is the person you want to date. My mom trying to pressure me to date and marry a man that she should have married. Yeah, she made a choice. And now I was making a choice that made me the gray sheet, made me like, oh, it's like, if you only knew the awful things my mom told me because I refused to marry or date and marry the man that she wanted me to date. And this is the same woman who kept telling me, you guys already know if you've been listening, as long as you walk like that, no one's ever going to want you, love you, or marry you. And she said, no one. She's somebody, so she didn't love me. It's like she made me feel like no one in the world would ever love me. And so I dated men who I knew would never love me. Thank you for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too.